Cesc, we've been inundated with questions for you. Here's the first one. Who did you idolise as a child? Who was your favourite player?
Well, I used to be a Barcelona fan since very, very little, so it was always Romario, Laudrup. I used to love the way Laudrup play Guardiola, Koeman when he scored the goal of the first Champions League. So I used to like Figo a lot until. But yeah, it's got to be a Barcelona player.
So a Barcelona player for you. Kevin Sheedy for you, Jamie?
Yeah, why not? Just putting words in my mouth.
Right, next question, Cesc. Best player you've played with, you're not allowed to say Lionel Messi.
Why not?
Because the question is, apart from Lionel Messi, because that would have been the answer, I presume.
Oh, that's difficult. I've been so lucky in my career to play with the very, very best. Thierry Henry, Iniestas, Xavis, Torres, Villas.
That's
so difficult.
It's a good list.
So difficult for me to say one. I'll go for Thierry Henry. When I was there, my early years at Arsenal, he was at his very, very best. You know, you played against him. He was a beast. He was a beast, and you know, fantastic. I learned so much from him.
Now then, it's getting serious for Barcelona right now, Cesc. How do you think they will react to their recent losses, and do you think they can still win the league?
I think they will win the league. They have the easiest run. There's a few tough games for Real Madrid and Atletico on Wednesday. I still believe they will win the double. It's not easy, as we've seen football. I thought they will win the triple this year again. Not easy, because football is never easy, but comfortably. And football surprises you once again, so I believe they will win the double, but they cannot allow any more mistakes.
Same question to you.
I mean, he knows it better. I've really looked at the fixture. I mean, I couldn't believe yesterday's result. I thought they'd get back on track against Valencia. But I think what's interesting, and maybe something to ask you, Cesc, as well, when teams have been on an unbelievable run like Barcelona have so long unbeaten, I think the record, once they lose one, remember when you were at Arsenal, you had the 49 games or 50 games, and then you lost at Manchester United. Yeah. It wasn't just the one loss and then they get back on track. It feels like it takes a long time. Yeah. Maybe that's something similar, do you think, at Barcelona
maybe
now?
It's like a mental block, or you're so used to winning that all of a sudden you don't really know how to deal with the lose.
You forget how to lose.
Yeah, but basically that's what happened to them, because they, as you said, the run was like 39 games, basically winning every game. So yeah, they've got a bit of a bad run, but with the players they have, it's so difficult for me to believe that they don't win anything this year.
It's an interesting question for you, Cesc. After experience in both Spanish and English football, what would you say is the biggest difference between the two?
I think La Liga is more tactical. I think there is maybe not so much space between the lines. The teams are better disciplined than England. In England, it's more of an aggressive lift, more up and down. Physically, you have to be on top of your game all the time. I still believe the best players in the world are in Spain. That's why we see maybe the talent, the real talent there, when we see the Neymar, the Suarez, the Ronaldos, James, Messi's, Iniestas. But if I have to choose a game to normally watch, apart from Barcelona, Real Madrid, I will always watch the Premier League. It's more entertaining, it's more enthusiastic, it's more real, in my opinion.
You know, in terms of the difference between the leagues, you know, in terms of what we looked at at the top of the show, in terms of Jamie Vardy, now whenever we get one of those incidents, it's big news in England, it's a dive, and the culture in England is, you know, we don't like to see that. In Spain, would that be on the front pages of the press if Messi or Ronaldo or Suarez sort of won a penalty?
It would have to be something really big for it to be big news, or to call the guy a cheater or whatever. Because in Spain, if let's say the Vardy action happens in Spain, we will say that the striker is trying to be smart. He's trying to win a penalty or something. for his team, who is leading the Premier League and is trying to keep being on top.
So the culture in Spain. I mean, I actually think that the Vardy one was a big dive, but I understand what you're saying in terms of we've had these discussions with Luis Suarez on times on the show. So in Spain, would the criticism be more for the defender for being stupid, for giving Suarez or Messi or Ronaldo the chance?
The chance, yeah. We would be saying that the striker is trying to be smart and trying to fool the defender for him to touch him a little bit and go down and create a problem to the referee. But I'm not saying, you know, that in Spain we are trying to cheat or the players are trying to do something that is not correct. But it's been like a different story when it happens to Spain. It will never make front covers or stuff like that.
So being in England, do you think we overreact on situations like that, or do you think we're right to sort of view situations like that?
There is a bit of everything. In my opinion, something like the Vardy reaction, it is a little bit overrated in terms of the day after, how much is talked about instead of the actual sometimes football or 1-2 or another action that happened in the game. But I understand the point as well, that there is many teams trying to play for the title. Well, in this case only 2, but it's very important that, you know, the game keeps as clean as it can.
Next question for you, Cesc. Let's separate these two. They want to know your favourite assist and goal. Let's go with your favourite assist first.
Well, I would say my favourite assist is the World Cup winning goal.
That's fair enough, I would say.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's the most important for sure. I don't know if it's the most beautiful, but definitely the most important.
Ask for your player of the season. Now, before you reveal your player of the season, we'll come to that. Tell us your team of the season, which people are talking about at the moment, the PFA player and the PFA team of the season. Here we go. This is your team, and talk us through why you have gone for these guys. For starters, De Gea in goal. Was that a simple selection?
Well, not simple, because I think Michael has done brilliantly. I mean, and he deserves probably to be there as well. But De Gea saved so many points at the end of the season for Man United. I don't know, God knows how many, but I'm sure there's a lot.
Trying to give him some confidence for the summer?
Well, hopefully. Hopefully he's watching and can get some.
Tell you what, there's some attacking talent in the side. The back four, the fullbacks has got a lot of conjecture going in the team. Was that your hardest selection when you look at that?
I think so, because basically I had everything clear through the side, but the fullbacks were the most difficult. Bellerin, I like the way he plays. He's very fast. He, you know, when players take him on, you know, he's fast to recover. You know, he's confident with the ball. He moves forward. Maybe, you know, even creating chances sometimes for Arsenal. So very good.
You're not going to be popular in the Chelsea dressing room tomorrow, are you?
Why?
You can't pick from your own team, so.
I can.
He can. He's on Monday Night Football. He'll do what he wants. He'll cup winner.
Listen, we have to be honest. None of us deserves to be there. So I'm sure they will not be.
Who's been the best player for Chelsea this season?
I believe Willian has been the most consistent. Zuma has had a good season until, unfortunately, he was injured. But I believe Willian has been top form whole season.
So from that team, who was the standout? Who was the star? Who was the player of the season?
I'd have to go for Mahrez, in my opinion, because he made things happen for Leicester through the whole season. And you can speak about Vardy and Kane and so many players, but for Leicester, what they're doing, the way they are doing it, it has to be a talented player like him for player of the season.
A flair player.
Yeah, for sure. In my team, always.
Which leads me nicely to this one. Do you think the man you've just chosen there, Mahrez, could cut it at the top Spanish side of Real Madrid, Barcelona?
Why not? Why not? Let him enjoy first this season. Let's see if he can get a Premier League medal, and then we can talk about it. But he has the talent. He's young. He's straightforward. He works hard. I believe he can be in a top club soon. A
great story, as we saw on Super Sunday yesterday as well. Now then, give us some hope here, Cesc. Are you excited for the upcoming Euros? And how challenging do you see England as opposition, given this season's European form? And bearing in mind tonight, should we be excited?
Yes, of course you have to be excited. I mean,
You don't sound excited.
no, with England, I always hear the same thing. That's the problem, and we always expect big things.
Do we get too excited over here about our team?
Maybe, I don't know, but the excitement, the players will bring you the excitement. If they're starting well, if they give you the confidence to be excited by playing well and by giving good performances, then I agree that you could be. But they are a very young team. They look good. I watched the game against Germany. They were excellent in the second half, so why not?
You know, you've played in England for a long time, your situation at Arsenal and Chelsea. What is it about the England team or in tournaments that you look at from obviously inside the Spanish camp and think about the England team, where they're going wrong or what they lack?
Well, to be honest, I don't know, I was talking about it the other day as well. I think it happens a little bit what used to happen to Spain before we won our first European Championship in 2008. Mentally, we are already thinking we will lose instead of believing we can win. You know what I mean? The history is too much maybe on our shoulders until one day, you don't know why. For example, in Spain, I remember quarterfinals were like the limit. We were always getting out quarterfinal. Until that day, on the penalties against Italy, we won, and it was like freedom, like a liberation for all of us. And we ended up playing a fantastic semi-final against Russia and winning against Germany in the final.
You're free now. I hope you've enjoyed your Monday Night Football. We really enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you very much indeed.
It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Sheedy for you, Jamie?
Yeah, why not? Just putting words in my mouth.
Right, next question, Cesc. Best player you've played with, you're not allowed to say Lionel Messi.
Why not?
Because the question is, apart from Lionel Messi, because that would have been the answer, I presume.
Oh, that's difficult. I've been so lucky.
Cesc, we've been inundated with questions for you. Here's the first one. Who did you idolise as a child? Who was your favourite player?
Well, I used to be a Barcelona fan since very, very little, so it was always Romario, Laudrup. So lucky in my career to play with the very, very best. Thierry Henry, Iniestas, Xavis, Torres, Villas.
That's
so difficult.
It's a good list.
So difficult for me to say one. I'll go for Thierry Henry. When I was there, I used to love the way Laudrup play Guardiola, Koeman when he scored the goal of the first Champions League. So I used to like Figo a lot until. But yeah, it's got to be a Barcelona player.
So a Barcelona player for you, Kevin.
Years at Arsenal, he was at his very, very best. You know, you played against him. He was a beast. He was a beast, and you know, fantastic. I learned so much from him.
Now then, it's getting serious for Barcelona right now, Cesc. How do you think they will react?